This is Jezza. He just got his motorsport license, and he's decided to jump in head first and enter a hill climb, a treacherous and unforgiving event, where 1 extra meter left or right can send you straight into the trees. So will he have a good run, or will this end up being a very expensive mistake? So Jezza, how are you feeling?
Pretty good, eh? Excited, but still a bit nervous.
Because have you done much motorsport before?
Not specifically motorsport, but I've had my fair share of track days, but nothing on an actual road like this.
Any particular goals for today?
Definitely sub-minute, mainly have fun, try not to be last, but don't push it too far.
Stay on the track.
Yeah.
Now, I've marshalled this event before, and it's always exciting. It's hosted by the Wellington Car Club and has been running for almost 70 years. This 1.5 kilometer uphill course is actually a residential street, blocked off for 1 day a year to host the climb. Now, as a New Zealand channel, we're also obligated to mention that the road runs parallel to the filming location for some of the famous Black Rider scenes in Lord of the Rings. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's meet the car Jezza will be running today.
Maybe can you walk us through the car itself? So since you got it, what have you done to it?
Wide a bit, pretty much the full exhaust. So we've got the headers, the unequalized headers up front. We've got a tune with that as well. Catback, pipe. The only thing left is front pipe. Other than that, we've got obviously wheels, tyres, soldering springs. Got the big livery on the side and all that. A bit of sound deadening here and there to try and get rid of the drone.
And how much power approximately would you say the livery adds?
Ooh, I'd say maybe 100. It's a rally car now, so it's pushing some pretty big numbers.
Oh, that'll help. That'll help.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't long before we arrived at Alexandra Road. We got some front row seats watching Jezza get his race suit on, followed by driver's briefing and a tiki tour of the course. All up, there were over 40 cars and 50 drivers running. We also noticed that Jezza might have a bit of competition. Finally, Jezza lined up and readied himself for his first real run. The finish line. Well, he made it up in one piece. I went to check up on him and see how he was feeling.
Almost binned it.
Almost binned it?
Yep. That was good fun. Lower tire pressures might help, but on the descent, and then went into the gravel on the right side. So I caught it though, so we're good. We're alive.
Feeling good for the next run?
Yeah, I reckon. That was the only bit that was kind of sketch, so yeah. Oh man. See what Dad said.
Well, he avoided a dive down the cliff, so he's still in the game. And apparently, with a time of 59.35 seconds, he's already beaten his goal of a sub-minute run. Now, to see if he can go even faster. Meanwhile, we heard that one of the other cars did, in fact, bin it during their first run. This happens every now and then. The chicane is sharp and visibility is poor.
A few years ago, an old E-type Jag went off, and coming up here, and there was a photographer like you up here, and he took the whole thing and did in stills.
Yeah.
No one videoed it, but he'd clicked it so fast you could watch it in slow motion, hitting the bank on this side, flipping, and then going over the bank on the other side of the road.
Let's hope Jezza's second run isn't that exciting. A much tidier second run, and at 58.4 seconds, it's nearly a whole second faster than the first run. But it was the third run where Jezza really got in the zone.
Way better. Got flat through a lot more, didn't go through the chicane as slow, just later braking points in general, but I think that was it. Yeah, I would probably, I would hope 56, but we'll see.
Not 56. It was actually a pretty staggering improvement to 54.7 seconds. 10% better than his first run. Just one more run to finish the day. Let's hope he stays on the road.
That was pretty good. Got the right gears, I think, that time. Before I was short shifting a little bit too much. But yeah. I think I did the dipper as well quite a bit better. Pushed out of it quite nicely. Brake a little bit later, but yeah, no, sounds good.
He survived. We reached the end of the day, ready for prize giving. So we packed up and headed to the venue, eager to see his final times. Now that venue turned out to be a pretty unconventional one, the Wellington SPCA. Some high quality dinner was handed out, along with the all-important timings. As it turns out, he'd managed a 55.9 on his final run, making his 54.7 second third run the fastest of the day. Overall, Jezza was fourth in category. Not a bad showing for his first event. Dinner turned out to be a multi-course affair as pizza was deposited on our table. And finally, it was prize giving time. Looking around the room, I took a moment to reflect on the day we had just had. For nearly 70 years, a small group of like-minded locals have taken a day out of the year to transform a regular Wellington street into an amazing little pocket of motorsport. There were plenty of regulars and plenty of newcomers, like us. The sense of community was on full display, and you could feel the hard work and passion that so many club members have put in year after year. It got me thinking about car clubs all around the world, how much they do for people like us. And I think, as car people, we need to do our best to get amongst it, to help out where we can, and to keep the tradition alive for the next generation to be a part of as well. Anyway, that's more than enough sappy stuff. How's our main man Jezza feeling about today?
Put it in the calendar for next year, I'm so excited, but nah. Might go Port Road, we'll see, but I don't know, yeah. Meantime, I'm happy, but it's definitely coming back, yeah.